Alright, hi everybody, it's Miss Bess. I am recording these videos to help you with your study guide. So we're just going to jump right into it. So, and remember I said you can watch these videos more than once, guys. Don't just watch them once and then continue on with your weekend. You have to watch them more than once so that you can get the hang of it. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is function notation. Okay, function notation looks like this. F of x. F of x. That's not f times x. It's f of x. F of x is just another way of naming a function. So f of x is basically the same thing as y. You know, when we have a y equals mx plus b equation, you could also have f of x equals mx plus b. Alright? Some other names that are commonly used are d of x, h of x, and you may even see things like q of t. T usually stands for some sort of time. It could be hours, it could be years. Okay? But all of these are just function notation. Alright, so now that we know what function notation is, we're going to go into the next thing, which is translations. Okay, translations of linear functions, they just mean that the function has moved somewhere around the graph. Okay, so the two types of translations that we're going to deal with today are translating the graph up or translating the graph down. Okay, so translations move the graph. Okay, and in order to move the graph up, you have to add something to the function. So here's your function, f of x, and if I wanted to move that function up, I had to add a number, and we refer to that number as k. Alright, if I wanted to move the graph down, I would have to subtract a number. Okay, and that number is k. Alright. So let's get into an example. The first example, I'm going to go to an example with a graph. Okay, so here's our first example. We have a function f of x, and then we have f of x plus k. Remember, plus means that the graph has been moved up. Alright, so let's look at where the graphs hit the y-axis, and then all we have to do is count the units to see how far it moved up. Alright, so the bottom line is f of x. This line here is f of x. And the top line is f of x plus k. Alright. Now, f of x hits the graph at 4. So that means f of x has a y-intercept of 4. And f of x plus k hits the graph at 6. Okay, so f of x plus k has a y-intercept of 6. Alright, so now all we have to do is subtract the units to find out how far the graph moved. So 6 minus 4 equals 2. So the graph has been moved up 2 units. So what is the value of k? K is 2. Alright, let's go to another example with just functions. Alright, so we have two functions. It says the function f of x equals 2x minus 14 underwent a translation. Again, translation just means to move the graph up or down, resulting in the function g of x equals 2x minus 22. Which rule describes the translation? Alright, so we have f of x equals 2x minus 14, and we have g of x equals 2x minus 22. Now, the slopes are the same. They haven't changed. They're both 2x, so nothing has happened to the slope. What we need to look at is the y-intercept, we have negative 14, and we have negative 22. So again, all you have to do is subtract them and find out how far the graph moved. All right, so negative 22 minus a negative 14 will give me negative 22 plus 14, which is a negative 8. So the rule that was created by moving the graph is f of x minus 8. Now, which answer choice matches what we had just solved? It is C. Okay, now let's go to another example, one more example. Which translation, when applied to the graph of f of x equals 2x minus 1, results in the graph of g of x equals 2x minus 5? Again, all we have to do is subtract the y-intercepts and see how far they move. So we have 2x, for f of x we have 2x minus 1, and g of x we have 2x minus 5. Okay, subtract the y-intercepts. Negative 5 minus a negative 1 gives me negative 5 plus 1, because two negatives make a positive, and that will give me negative 4. So the function f of x has been moved down 4 units. Okay, so our correct answer would be B. Okay, now let's get into the examples that are on your study guide. Alright, so this is number 1 on your study guide. We have a picture of a graph. F of x equals 1/2 x plus 3. It was replaced with f of x plus k, resulting in the graph below. Okay, so this graph is this line has a y-intercept of negative 2. Alright, so I told you that just in case you can't see it. Okay. Now I want you to pause the video and try it on your own. Okay, so you should have paused the video. Now we're going to work it out together. So we have f of x equals 1/2 x plus 3. And then we have another function here. Well, we have the function moved down to negative 2. All right, so the y-intercept of f of x was 3. And now it's at negative 2. Okay, so take your y-intercepts and subtract them and see how they moved. So I'll take negative 2 minus 3, and that will give me a negative 5. Okay, so what is the value of k? It is negative 5. One more example from your study guide is number 8. It says, which translation takes the graph of p of x equals 2x minus 12 onto the graph of q of x equals 2x plus 2? Again, let's subtract those y-intercepts. Pause the video and try it on your own. Okay, so now we have a y-intercept of negative 12 that moved to a positive 2. Okay, so we take 2 minus a negative 12, and that will give us 2 plus 12, which is 14. So the graph moved up 14 units. So your correct answer would be A. Alright guys, so if you need to watch this video again, please start it over and watch it again. Take notes so that you will be prepared for Monday. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.